Hello all, I'm Jim Overberg, a public speaking student at IU East, and this is my informative speech submission. Imagine yourself at home with friends, family, or loved ones on any given day, watching TV, hanging out, maybe having dinner. Taking advantage of the comforts of home, such as electricity, running water, climate control, and all the other luxuries that your home provides. That's what many of the victims of the 2012 Clark County tornado outbreak were doing, at home relaxing. But just in a brief span of time, a natural disaster unexpectedly occurred and wreaked havoc on this area. Nobody could have foreseen the destruction that came with that outbreak. Homes were destroyed or severely damaged. Power lines were down or mangled. Means of communication and transportation were abruptly halted in just an instant. In early 2008 fall, Hurricane Ike came through with a windstorm all the way to southern Indiana. Very few people expected this storm to have any kind of results whatsoever. But just in a matter of hours, power was out all across southern Indiana and the Louisville metro. Credit cards wouldn't be accepted at stores due to the lines being down. Transportation was severely limited due to the downed trees, down power lines, and utilities. Modern living was impacted significantly that day for weeks. USA Today reported that North America has had the steepest rise in natural disasters out of all the continents since 1980. Their study indicated that the dramatic increase of natural disasters in North America were also among the world's worst and most volatile natural disasters. So this study indicates to us that we are all in greater risk of a natural disaster here in North America. So let's go over some strategies for home preparedness in the case of a natural disaster. Being prepared is not a pessimistic view. It's not a negative thing at all. In fact, being prepared is a positive action that brings with it empowerment and instills security in yourself and your family. Persons planning show responsibility and show leadership to their neighbors, friends, church members, etc. So, Barry Davies, author of the complete SAS survival manual, said there is nothing more important to human survival than the intake of water. In a disaster scenario where waterworks has been ceased or the water supply has been compromised, cleanliness, we all need to have in reserve some clean water supply. You can plan on having use at least 1 gallon a day per individual. Half a gallon for hydration, half a gallon for miscellaneous hygiene. People that plan their disaster kits should plan on at least having 3 days worth of water for each individual in the home, says Bill and Janet Leaps, authors of It's a Disaster. Food ranks high as well in the necessities that you should include. Recommended foods are high in calories, easy to access, and don't require refrigeration. Have a look in your pantry and see if you have enough foodstuffs to sustain your family for 3 to 5 days in the case of an emergency. Communication is critical as well in the event of a disaster. The Red Cross recommends that each household have a working weather radio. A weather radio is a radio that is pre-tuned to emergency channels that come on automatically in the case of an emergency. They're powered by battery or by hand crank. You should have a working cell phone and the means to charge it in your vehicle as well. And that should serve your communication purposes. Being prepared for first aid or other injuries is also recommended. You should have some gauze, tape, sterile bandages, antiseptics, hydrogen peroxide, alcohol. It would be wise to also have some over-the-counter medications such as pain relievers, antacids, cough and allergy meds. Keeping warm and dry is also a good idea. It's essential as well to plan for. We should all have some blankets or sleeping bags should we have a disaster and the heat goes out in the wintertime. It'd also be wise to maybe invest in a kerosene heater as well. Having the right equipment can be a lifesaver in a natural disaster. You may already have some items in your garage that would serve that purpose. Larry Barksdale, author of Emergency Essentials, recommends long-burning candles, LED flashlights, and oil lamps to serve your lighting purposes. However, Deputy Chief David Benson of Sellersburg Fire Department, a 21-year veteran, recommends never using open flame light sources until you ensure that there is no leaks of natural gas or propane. Hammer, nails, duct tape, along with some tarps can quick fix a hole in a roof or broken window should be required. Being prepared is a healthy action and strengthens your family. Having some extra essentials in the home and preparedness is smart and may prove to be a lifesaver. These tips that I've relayed are just basic ideas. Feel free to build upon them with your family. Sit down some time to discuss it. Remember, being prepared beats sitting in the dark.